brought this up, and Councilman Long mentioned that these things take time, but we're 2 years now into the date that these folks came and asked. Are we any closer to finding out what we're doing? I mean, this also includes dilapidated buildings. Are we any closer?
What we only thing I can tell you is that the housing committee or authority has contacted through me our city attorney, which at this point in time is Steve Hunter, and he has not gotten back to anybody.
Actually, that's attorney number 2.
Hmm?
That's attorney number 2.
Right.
First attorney.
Yeah, see, we've just brought Steve online 6 months ago.
About that.
Hmm?
About that.
About 6 months ago. Prior to that, it was a local attorney which we was not getting any response from.
Has a housing authority met in the last?
No, they have not met.
Formed about 1.5 years ago.
They have not met
once.
They have not met.
Okay.
I guess they met and developed their list of questions as to what authority they had, and I don't have a list, but.
And that was quite some time ago.
That was some time ago. I was at that meeting. He was at that meeting with me. That was a long time ago.
Well, who's the chair of that one?
Fred.
Well, then he needs to be called. Somebody needs to.
Well, I guess in order to fulfill your mission, you have to understand what you can and can't do. And an attorney needs to sit down and give them an answer on what they can and can't do.
I'll check into
Well,
it.
somebody needs to be called and reminded.
So should we get another attorney? Is that what you're recommending, attorney number 3?
No, I'm not. I'm just suggesting call Fred. He should call the attorney or something. If he's the one in charge of the.
He has.
He has?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe not recently, but he has, and I've talked to him. It's just.
Have we gotten an annual report that I believe is required by that committee?
No, because they haven't did anything.
Okay. It could be an annual report that said we haven't done anything.
And established their own entity, and that's hard to control.
But they are required to file a report every year, if
But
I understand.
who's going to smack their hands?
The
There's
council,
no authority granted to do it.
I believe.
Well, I mean, the report, I think we're all well aware that they've not, I mean,
I'm
there's
just
nothing,
saying.
even the report can say nothing is.
And that would be fine. It's just we haven't gotten a report, haven't heard anything. That's what I was just asking.
Mark.
The snow removal, two snows ago, the town-owned properties sidewalks weren't done. The last previous snows of the day, they were done.
Sidewalks are not done by the town.
So,
They're the responsibility of the property owner.
what about the mini park? Isn't that town property? Or any other town properties that have a sidewalk?
The main
Or
part.
the gazebo park? Here, is that?
Talking about on Main Street.
Main Street, is that sidewalk, is that park town-owned?
County,
County.
The county owns that park, so the county is responsible to do the sidewalks.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any town-owned properties such as the site of the Opera House? Or that whole empty parking lot, is that owned by the town? And is anyone cleaning that sidewalk?
It's not owned by the town.
Okay?
Well, you know what?
Private
I
landowners and
should
the
think,
organizations.
even though it isn't owned by the town would have a little responsibility to clear some of these sidewalks that that a business isn't there, someone isn't there to do it, just like the green space.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I mean, someone went up through there the other day with the blade, with the tractor, the little tractor, and a blade. Who was that? Was that not the town?
I believe if you, I didn't see.
know.
I didn't see. I
I didn't
know.
recognize who was on it, but I
saw where they did it, but I don't know who did it.
don't know. But I did see, and it was a little tractor similar to what we have.
Sidewalks.
A lawnmower with a blade.
According to town ordinance, sidewalks are the responsibility of the property owner.
No problem. You mentioned that concerning the bridge. I said there was a safety thing there. You said the bridge doesn't belong to anybody but the state, or so. But we do have town residents that need to walk on these sidewalks and go places.
If you'll notice this last snow, last Thursday, Was it Thursday?
Yeah.
There was a lot of shoveling done by young teenagers in Monmouth. They shoveled the bridge off, they did a lot of, they went around asking people if they, at no cost.
And that was great. I didn't know that they were the ones who did the bridge.
They're the ones that did the bridge, young teenagers.
And again, to remind you, as Joe has said, that it is within the ordinance system that the landowners are responsible for the sidewalks in front of their house, not only snow removal, but deterioration of the sidewalk as well. And the individual landowner is held liable by law if somebody gets hurt on it in front of their house.
I do understand that.
That isn't the problem, though.
Well, the problem is
understand
that the landowner has got to take responsibility for cleaning their portion of the
I
deal.
do, but I'm talking about.
I'm not
these-
talking about you.
I know, but I'm saying.
I cleaned mine whenever I lived on 2nd Avenue.
But it is hard to navigate the streets when they aren't clean.
Yeah. We don't
And
have
there's
a,
no one there to do it. And just like beside me, the vet. Okay, even though they're only here one day a week, they should have somebody hired then to get out there and clean their sidewalk. They do own the building, right?
Go ahead.
Okay, so they should have somebody to clean that sidewalk. Usually I go down through there, or Rick comes up, or we, I throw salt out there.
Who can
It's-
enforce this rule? Is there someone to enforce it? Of course, there's also abandoned properties and things like that, so that, no one is of course taken care of. We don't get that much snow often here, but it is, there are a lot of older people that do walk these sidewalks, and even younger residents.
It is a problem when it's like this, it is. I had trouble getting here tonight from my place over.
I don't
just wondered if there was enforcement.
I sit here and can't give you a good answer. Because when you only got 4 employees and you can't run a snowplow with only one man in the truck, you don't have the manpower to clean sidewalks and clean the streets too. So what do you do?
I do understand that, and you did a very good job with the streets last week's snow. Today's snow, I was not here for. The last 2 days, I'm sorry, not today, the last 2 days,
Over the
this
weekend.
weekend snow, I was not here for.
I'm curious, did you contact the Department of Highways about the bridge?
Not yet. No, I actually, through the conversation last month, I thought someone here on town council was going to contact them. But I don't remember how that went.
I don't think
I didn't know
we're calling
that wasn't
anyone.
in our lap. He just answered the question
In
to you, that it
previous
belonged to the
years,
state.
the prisoners from Denmark has shoveled the bridge off. That's who's did it. This, because of the news article that was in the Pocahontas Times, is how the teenagers got involved. They came to the town. I didn't go and solicit them. They came and says, we want to help. What can we do? I said, go and shovel snow. And they did. They shoveled the bridge. They shoveled some residents out. When I say shoveled residents out, they may not shovel the sidewalk running this way, but they shoveled from the house to the main sidewalk.
And that was nice for them to do that for the people that couldn't do it.
Right. There is a need, but maybe we need to visit the issue and see what we can do.
I'm thinking with 4 employees, you said 4 employees, we only have 4. You're not counting the 2 trash truck drivers.
They're
You're
picking up
counting-
garbage.
No, I say you're not
Yeah.
counting those,
No.
not counting those.
No.
We have 4 others. Well, what are they, if they don't have other issues?
If we're plowing snow, OSHA says you have to have 2 people in the truck.
Okay, that's 2.
We run 2 trucks when we've got snow.
Well,
Yes.
run one with 2 people and run and plow as much as you can, or whatever.
Then we're gonna have the residents complain because the roads are not plowed.
Okay, so you have to have 2 and even, well,
I mean,
I'm just
if
trying to
somebody,
figure out if, I just thought, if they weren't busy doing
I
other
have yet to
things.
understand why, for safety reasons, you had to have 2 snow plow.
Wait a minute.
OSHA. Do you not have to you don't have to comply under OSHA laws unless you're federally funded, to my knowledge. Are we federally funded from the federal government?
Well, you have to comply to OSHA. They can come in here anytime they want to and inspect
Monies
us.
from the
No,
federal
no,
government.
no,
No, not OSHA. OSHA can come in on any business, anytime. We've been very fortunate.
even if you had just like a sawmill or something like that.